So Romans, today we are in, have a guess, anyone been here before? Anyone been here before? It's a bit windy. We are in Safi, just took the bus. It's about, I don't know, 2.5 hours from Essaouira. Very bumpy, windy road. Few people were sick on the bus, even though the bus has got really big, good suspension. It was like being on a roller coaster ride. I'm staying next to, down the alleyway there, just waiting for the man to come and give me the key. So this is it, new adventure in Safi. Good luck. So Romans, this is it, we are in Safi. This is a different kind of Medina, an old kind of town, but not the kind of walled in version and all that. It's the older part of town, so maybe it's a different meaning. But this is the Blue Riyadh, Safi. Paid about 120 bucks Australian for 4 nights, so very reasonable price. This is the upper terrace. I'm on the apartment on the upper floor. Private seating area. This is the entry to the apartment. Actually got a kitchen and a fridge, and they've got pots and pans of basic stuff, so I'm going to be getting some veggies to cook up later. Can you believe it? I've eaten sandwiches for like 6 weeks. So nice fridge. That's a kind of regular Riyadh view. Got a little sitting room, or salon as they say in French, and then a nice bedroom, but I've got the fan later, so c'est magnifique. I'm gonna get out and explore after I've done a battery change. Yeah! Yeah, it's a lot more open planned here. The market's kind of free and easy. As I read in a couple of the reviews, you know, like people don't jump out and hassle you here because there's no real tourist stuff. There's no Alibaba slippers and bangles and jangles. This is just a regular place, a fishing port. Lots of food to eat. I'm looking forward to getting some stuff to cook, that's for sure. So I'm going to pop up to the old Carrefour, get a few essentials, and then get back to the cafe and have a cook up. I think that seems to be the plan. Welcome to Safi. So over there is the big business centre with the Carrefour building. It's one of their Label V setups. There's a few high-end retail clothing shops in there and stuff, but basically went in there, I bought some spices, lots of different vegetables, some beans. I'm gonna try and make my own version of a kind of a casserole or a tagine, Noggins Rome style. And however it turns out, I'm going to be happy with it. The only thing I've got to do now is get a lighter so I can actually ignite the gas as it's such. But yeah, so it's a good store. They've also got a cave in there. A cave is the alcohol department in Carrefours where they have alcohol. So that was good. So I got some nice red table wine, which is, it says on the bottle it's from Meknès, but I think it's actually produced in Spain. Maybe they send the grapes over there, I'm not particularly sure, but it's branded as Meknès Salas, which is a beautiful Moroccan town. And a Frenchman was telling me that, you know, there's a lot of the winemaking industry left over from when the French were more dominant in this part of the world. So yeah, that is it. Laid back place. Some garlic now and a lighter, paprika, someone said. Pretty little compact town for a traveller like me. Everything's within a few kilometres walk, so to be here for 4 nights I'll get a good chance to explore it all, have a look round. Feel like I'm on my seaside holidays. Essaouira was kind of like that, but there's more of a structured tourist approach, where this just feels free and easy. As I think when I read about it, it just says it's a lot more relaxed, you know, it's easy going. That's it. That's what I'm looking for, those words, easy going. All the normal stuff here. There's interior markets, there's the road markets, but yeah, reasonable prices. No one's tried to rip me off too much. It's the same prices, you know, you get to know the prices around Morocco after a while. Might be a little bit more regional, but yeah, really good. Got a lighter, some garlic, some walnuts. And you know what, if I went to a restaurant and ordered a vegetarian tagine, I probably would have spent a similar amount. Look at the pastries, oh my god. Probably would have spent a similar amount just sitting down and eating overpriced drinks and food, but now I can cook it exactly how I want it, so it's like a win-win for me. And they've got a huge amount of seafood here, eh? Hello! So I've been complaining a bit about the food in Morocco, haven't I? But just to prove a point, I mean, these are just single items I've got out of the bags. Tomato puree, fava beans and chickpeas, Maruzia spice mix, which I tasted there, really good. 1.5 litres of red table wine, all for the price of a meal. I mean, I've got enough food here for a few days. Beautiful semolina bread, which is still warm. Huge breads to dip it all up in. Can't wait to get cooking. I'll show you the finished result. This ain't a cooking vlog, is it? But it's me as a traveller, how I'm going to get by long term. You know, want to be happy with the food. You're going to have to cook it yourself, and I just don't want to complain without doing it. But what excites me the most is this combination here, garlic with the onion, with the spice and the hot sauce. Beauty. So just to give you an update on this Maruzia spice mix. Apparently it's got saffron, ginger, black peppers, turmeric, cinnamon, ras el hanout, cumin and much more. So I'm using a base of tomato puree, so it's tasting really good already because the peppers are really sweet. So very happy with that. That's a delicious spice mix. It's like curry powder but without the real fragrant stuff like curry leaves and that. Oh yeah, really tasty. Can't wait to tuck in. There you go, Roma's finished product. Beautiful plate of Noggins Rome's Dudar and some... Just turn that off, I don't want to get more copyright. Beautiful plate of Noggins Rome's casserole, tomato based with lots of garlic and mazura and some semolina bread. Glass of vin rouge and a backdrop of the Medina and Safi. Living life, loving it, mate. Absolutely delicious meal. I'll finish the old pot off, the veggies and stuff. So see that there? That's afternoon nap time, mate. And then I'm going to go out and have a look at the Corniche later and all the rest of it. So happy. God, I could come and live here for a while. Very affordable, very adequate accommodation. All I need, like in the kitchen, I'd say like a frying pan, cutting board, and you'd obviously buy a few different things if you lived here a bit longer. But anyway, I think this is me just talking about, you know, plans for the future, cooking, and yeah, not picking from menus that you're not really happy with. You know what I mean? So anyway. So cooking done, nap completed. What is Safi famous for? Well, it was a Portuguese colony in the past, and it is also very famous for ceramics. And there is in fact a local historical landmark which is a giant tagine, which symbolises, you know, the prominence of ceramics here. So I think it's time to venture out and have a look. Very relaxing. Different rooftop. So there is an old Medina as such here, but this is more like your local seaside Medina and market. So yeah, and that's where I could hear the minaret over there. I could hear the calling from earlier on. Pretty cool. There's lovely ceramics on the wall here, which is very unusual. I've seen tiled stuff before, but not like actual plates. I know it's a bit dark at the moment, but anyway. A us a better look at the ceramics. The lights come on. Really nice. I'm going to lean up against it. You'll cut yourself to ribbons. So there's the port over there, which is a huge looking thing. There's loads of boats out on the ocean there. So I'm not sure what the big import-export is here, but they look like grain silos. I don't think it's oil. I know there is a refinery the other side, but we'll see more of that when we go to the beach. So it's low season in Safi. There's not many tourists here. In fact, I've only seen one white person, and that was me when I walked by a shop front because I was looking in a mirror. Oh, I think there was 2 Frenchmen in the car 4. They look kind of French, you know, a bit sus. No, I don't mean that. But yeah, nice Corniche, lots of cafes, and pretty windy. But very nice, pleasant evening. Nice evening to go for a wander. So that there is the Ksar El-Bahr, an old Portuguese fort, which is obviously in ruins, but you've got beautiful wall all the way along either side, and then you've got the Medina walls over there. So it's pretty spectacular. All health and safety. Oh my god, how slippery is that? Fall down there. Boom, off you go. Looks beautiful though. Beautiful natural landscape. And a big imposing wall. God, can you imagine the activity that went on in these places once upon a time? Cannons going off and archers and spears and vats of boiling oil being poured over to repel the invaders. It's awesome, isn't it? That is one structure. Unfortunately it's closed at the moment, so can't actually go in there and have a look, but I would if I could. Honestly, I'd pay the money. I'd pay the money to go and have a look. I think I'm a bit tipsy from the wine. I don't want to don't end up falling down a cliff. Noggins roams. Sort yourself out and do some archaeology. See, look, it's pretty solid. Bonjour. Hello. Wow. The big chunks of it have just fallen into the ocean. I'm not going too close. Jesus Christ, look at that. That is amazing. So I didn't know whether I'd be able to catch a railway train, a train from here, but there is a railway line. I think it's just used for the port though. The tracks look a bit, they do look fresh, like there's carriages running on them, but I don't think it's for passenger use, probably just for goods and services. But there's a better view of the fort. They've done a lot of work putting it back together, that's for sure. That's all new cement. Now that is more of a traditional Medina, isn't it? Your big walls, your ramparts and all the streets inside. That's more what we've seen on my Moroccan adventures so far. Look like lots of interesting shopping to do in there. I was looking at what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think I'm going to do a bit of a nature walk along the coast up here around the port, and just to get the views back to here, and I'm going to go and see what the beach is like. So yeah, I think up ahead here where the red flag is in the distance would be the port. So you have to do a big detour around that, because if it's anything like the ports I've come across so far here, they don't let people who are not, you know, working there or directly involved actually access it in case of injury and stuff. So but we'll just walk along here first, see what's going on. Oh, fantastic. It's a different type of construction to all the other Medina walls I've seen as well, like the exposed brickwork. it's not sort of all concreted over, rendered, and with the holes for the birds. Maybe that is, I would say that is a Portuguese structure. There's actually crucifixes up there. I'm sure they would be arrow turrets. I think it's maybe the blend of Portuguese influence and traditional sort of building techniques. I mean, this is one enormously impressive area of historical significance. I mean, the place is huge. Not seen that before as well. They've got like big layers of bricks and small layers of bricks to support them. Different technique altogether. Very impressive. And here we have the ceramics dead ahead. So obviously like tagines, traditional water vessels, a whole gamut of stuff. Beautiful Safi ceramics. Hello. Beautiful paintings. All sorts of decoration. Souvenirs de Morocco. Souvenir in French means memory. Hello. Hello. I'm just going to walk along first. No worries. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Really beautiful. Yeah, memories from Morocco. Literally. That's a huge tagine. Fit a pig's head in there. Not pig's head. Lamb's head. Don't eat pigs, mate. Beautiful. Hello. And workshops. Very nice. Oh, there's some white folk. Unfortunately, I can't take any souvenirs on my journey at the moment because I'm busy. Just going to have a walk up these steps, see what's going on. As always, a love of cats shown. There's always so many kittens. Maybe they prioritise giving care to the kittens. So this impressive looking building is a museum which is renowned for its blend of Portuguese and Arabic architecture, but it does appear to be closed at the moment. Well, apparently there's a really old tree inside which was a gift from Portuguese people to the Arabic ruler of the time. Cannons are still there though, with wooden wheels. Wow, it's pretty cool. Do a circumnavigation, see what we can see. Yep, just leads back into the wall. That's a big crack. We'll get that looked at. There seems to be enemy ships approaching from the west. Man the cannons. A nice town. Wait, none of that. Go blind. The National Museum of Ceramics. Now I've got to go and see that. If you're in Safi and it's famous for ceramics, well, not today because it's closing, but we'll definitely come back and see it. Very important ceramics, very important. So this is one of the first places I had to see, the Big Tagine. Safi's famous for ceramics, and what is more iconic as a piece of you know, like cultural heritage in Morocco than the tagine, the cooking sauce of so many wondrous dishes. Not many that I've had, but that's a debatable point, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. There it is, the Big Tagine. And look how big it is. I'm 6'6" and it's bigger than me. They could cook about 50 of me in that pot. Got the government building over there. This is a really nice square, municipal buildings. Excellent for scooters and skateboarders and all sorts. Brilliant. Just got to get a picture of this mosque. It's one of the biggest mosques in Safi. It's really beautiful. Beautiful carvings on the windows and on the doors. It's pretty spectacular. It's got a lot of stained glass as well. Looks particularly nice this time of day as the sun's going down because of all the shadows it casts. So, and according to the reviewers, it's one of the best mosques in Safi and a fantastic place to worship. As with a lot of Moroccan towns, hello. People have finished work. People are in the cafes, in the billiard halls, going down to watch the sunset, going to have a juice, chilling out. Very relaxed. So it's pretty windy here, but I was just gonna say, after having spent 7 weeks in Morocco and been to a lot of towns, some more touristy than others, when you come to a place where it's dominated by local life rather than the tourist industry, things are a lot more easygoing, a lot less stressful, and there's just a focus on living. Because the tourist side of Morocco, as I suppose anywhere, is it's all a bit generic, you know, it's t-shirts and bangles and souvenirs and gifts. But this is a lovely place. Oh look, the fishing boats are going out. Heaps of them heading out into the sunset. And that's where we're going to be heading tomorrow. For a walk and have a look. Actually, you might be able to get a bus there, who knows, but if not, I think it'll take like an hour to walk there. But this is a massive, great car park area. Lots of people sitting around having tea, chilling out. Beautiful. Another beautiful day in Morocco. So I was dying to know what those silos hold in the port over there, and they hold 24,000 tons of cereals, probably wheat and grains, everything, you know, that sort of thing, built in 1956. So there you go. I mean, on the way here you go through field after, you pass on the train, on the bus, field after field after field of wheat, and the whole place is just yellow this time of year, going into winter, you know, with the crops, I guess. And yeah, and the gantries are swinging around now, probably loading ships. So now we know. So there you have it, roamers, a familiar scene, a rooftop scene, but how different can it be, eh? Beautiful. This place has exceeded my expectations. This apartment is like God. When I changed the booking the other day, the one at literally the other one was just going to be at the front there. I can imagine that would be really noisy, so kind of saved $100. And I've got my own little kitchen and everything, so day one Safi, perfect. Gonna go and chill out now, make a sandwich for dinner and relax, think up some plans for tomorrow. Come out and watch the seagulls soaring. Awesome. Oh. Good morning, roamers. So it's day 2 in Safi. Up, out and about, done my French practice, and we're going to go and have a look at this beach. which is the other side of the fort and the Medina where we was yesterday. It's very windy here, so we might get a bit of disturbance on the microphone, but hopefully we can keep it to a minimum. But it's a beautiful, cool, bright, sunny day, and yeah, feels good to be here. Really looking forward to cooking again later, so yeah, got all my bases covered. Apartment was really nice and quiet. Highly recommend that if you can find it on any of the booking sites. Yeah, all it needs is a light in the kitchen, you know, just a switch. The switch is a bit broken, so other than that, fantastic. Really good, excellent Wi-Fi, all that whole lark. But anyway, so it's a bit of an hike to get to the beach, but really you just have to walk around the port. I tried to go through again, but the guy's like, nationality, where are you from, sir? As soon as I said I'm Australian, he's like, switched off. So that's fair enough. It all does look a bit like surveillance cameras and all that in there. So around the port we go. There could be a bus on the way back by the looks of it. Who knows? We shall find out. So the finishing flags are in sight. There we have it. So it's not too far. It's just a boring walk around the port. I think there's a higher road, so I'll get to see inside the port if I take that way on the way back. Oh yeah, man, that's looking pretty beach-like. Very nice. So there you have it. The port goes right up to the beach. Locals are complaining, apparently it's encroached over time, but you know. Surf school, coffee shop, beautiful sand, same colour as the rocks, and the Atlantic Ocean out there. Apparently the far end there is where they surf. Fishing boats coming in, lots of ships are out on the sea, on the ocean. Lovely jubbly. Pardon, monsieur. Nice bit of sculpture. It's a bit sad, but it's the truth, isn't it? It's funny, like in other countries around the world I've been to, they have these points where people can take bottles and just fill up with filtered water, so you don't have to, and it's really cheap. Here it would be like $1/4 dirham or something for a bottle of water, or a big tub of water, so it's the only way really to stop the usage of plastic, isn't it? Well, it's either that or get your water system sorted in your houses. And in general, there you have it. Water looks really nice, as all water does. It's got poo floating in it. You get a good view of the port, the city in the background, and a few little waves coming in. Oh yeah, another surf spot. There's a lot of rocks out there though. Guessing it might be low tide, so might see what it's like on the way back. There you go, the natural spring of Safi, Lalamira, which may have a connection with the Virgin Mary, or the Hebrew phrase Mar, which means water drops. Beautiful. Here we have the famous python's head of Safi. That is a cobra. It's definitely not a python. There's a whole different Corniche up here. Beautiful, expensive houses. fantastic views. Beyond the city even, into the mountains or the hills. Wow. It's like a huge power plant in the distance here. I'm guessing coal-fired. That massive chimney. Wow. Looking rather good. And of course you've got the I Love Safi sign, which is always a bonus wherever you go, isn't it? A focal point. Come to the hard point and have a look. So the furthest spot on today's walk is the Borj Nador, which has got a fantastic panoramic view of all the ocean. So let's go and have a look. I should say 2 hours later. It's obviously a place where people like to come and have a few beers. There's glass everywhere. God almighty. Now that is a view. Wow. Breathtaking. Incredible view. On one old castle, you can imagine, they would have had a fire warning system in. They would have been able to see so far out to sea. If anyone was coming, maybe lit a signal fire at the top there to signal to the people in town. There's invaders coming, watch out. Wow. Loads of ships out waiting to fill up or unload their cargo. Beautiful, beautiful Morocco. Just saw the bus run down from the fort and the fucker drove off. Never mind, probably didn't see me, eh? But I don't know how long the next one will be. I think there's only one that goes all the way around, you know, or a few of them. So I shall get on Shanksy's pony and do it manually. It's been a great walk up to here though. It's just like, I can't believe like the amount of garbage. And that place is obviously a drinking spot, and it's just broken glass the second you leave the road all the way up to the fort, everywhere. And you see the cans and bottles up there, man, God almighty. It just, it does kind of take away from the beauty of the moment, you know. So, oh well, I suppose, you know, I haven't littered since I've been here though. I think I did throw away one paper towel, but I thought, oh, it will rot down, and that was about it. So I decided just to walk the roadway on the way back, just to see the lie of the land. There's some really fancy hotels along the edge of the coast there, obviously with really good views, but other than that, it's just a nice, there's another bus gone by. There's a lot of colleges and polytechnics up here, and scientific colleges and maritime colleges. So obviously this lunchtime now, all the students get off, so every bus that's gone by, it's absolutely jam-packed to the glass. So it's another hour's walk to get back, but that's okay. I really don't mind. I do worry about getting skin cancer, but I put some cream on earlier on. Oh my god, I'll be alright. See, number 4 going that way, empty. Number 4 going that way, jam-packed. That's a good idea. They painted the water tank like a tagine top. Very nice. Very Safi-ish. So it's not been a bad walk actually. There's some beautiful houses up here. Really gorgeous coastal gaffs. Get a lovely breezes and stuff. So this is the way I walked this morning down there. Couldn't see much. So the way back from the cliffs I've come on the higher road. You can see what's going on, the loading of the vessels, construction of the sea wall barricade, concrete block structures, and then down there you've got the fishing boats. Behind the wall up there is a cemetery. You see all the agaves in flower, they look so striking, they look like some sort of alien pine tree. Beautiful. So we're going to go into the old Medina through Bab Chaba Gate. Just wanted to show you some of the original pottery and ceramic designs here. It is pretty amazing. Bab Chaba Gate. Lovely stuff. Beautiful old Medina. Lived Medina, lovely colours. Lots of steep gradients. But it's what you do when you want to get somewhere, isn't it? So just another view of the fort wall here. Beautiful area, all the way down to the beach fort down there. I think that's a local football team's motivational poster. 90 minutes Sanzaret, 90 minutes without stopping. Go you good thing. So just stopped off at the supermarket. Got these trees on right. And got some peaches and bananas and Corniche. Gonna go back to the place, have a nice cook up, not eat it all today. And yeah, have a relax and then go out this evening I think and see the Medina, see what's going on. Beautiful views. Been a great walk this morning, full of energy, awesome. Some top class roaming. So Romans had a bit of a siesta. It's 7:15. Gonna have a walk along the market here. This market that runs across here is called the Rue de Rabat. So I'm gonna have a walk along, see what's going on. Busy as by the looks of it. Fruit and veg, selling all sorts. People buying all sorts. Belts and stickers and watches and all sorts of stuff. A lovely time to go for a walk. You can tell why it's the busiest time of the day. Eh? Nice cool breeze blowing, sun's going down. Sporting goods are looking good. All that type of thing. Nothing like the markets, is it? The world over. No matter what you see in the big shops, when it's all laid out beautifully, you know, everything's ordered and correct, and then you come to a place like a market and it's just all ad hoc. People selling corn, people putting their stuff in the middle of the streets, you know what I mean? Makes it all a bit more hectic, but a bit more exciting, you know. You've got to watch where you're treading. Make sure you don't step on anyone's goods. And in the distance there you've got the port, and up the hill where we went today, the cliffs of Safi. So I guess if you're coming to Safi you're going to be thinking like, well, what is there to do? Well, I suppose it depends how long you want to give the place, how much you want to explore. I've earmarked a few things to do tomorrow, like to go to the ceramics museum and buy some supports, explore a bit more of the cultural stuff, but really it's just about walking around and doing what people do, you know, eat and drink, go to the beach, enjoy the sunset, have a coffee, find somewhere, rooftop or whatever that overlooks the deck, you know. It's kind of, it's a pretty laid back place. There's nothing that screams at you, oh, you've got to see this. But saying that, I am now going to go and have a walk through the old Medina. And this whole Medina is pretty unique, because when you look on Google Maps, there's only one road that goes right through the middle of it, which is earmarked. All the rest is, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to go and give that a look. So we're on the edge of the old Medina now, and there's a lot of selling going on. A lot of clothes, a lot of toys. I'm guessing they come from China. And this is the road which I believe goes all the way through. Apparently there's a Portuguese cathedral in here somewhere, so another one of those historical remnants left over from the colonial past. It's a good looking place. Good looking place to come and do some shopping. I'm after a pair of shorts, so somewhere along the line, because the ones I've got on now, nice, a bit gross, but are pretty much rotted through, so I'm going to have to upgrade at some point, and hopefully somewhere they'll have my size. So there it is, Passage El-Bahr, Cathedral Portuguese. So I haven't done a lot of research on these places because, well, because it's a bit tedious sometimes, isn't it? I love these barber shops. Sometimes it's just nice to come across places. You know what I mean? See what's going on. The old walls. So this cathedral apparently first constructed in 1519 and undergoing renovation at the moment. A lot of the stuff after the Christians leave, you know, it gets turned into a mosque sort of thing. I can see some Islamic work there, but it's all been shored up. Nice bit of graffiti over there. Hey, how you going? And there, there's a big wall. Not sure whether we can go in or whatever. Alright, Pop. Do you know the cathedral entree? Entree is a door. Oh, it's upstairs.
No, wait, no.
Around there? No, yeah, it's tiny amount. On peu de. On peu de. Very drunk man back there. Very drunk. But yeah, so that's obviously a work in progress. Nice bunch of people. Get back into the Medina, I think. Now we've ticked that one off the list. Yeah, so these are the sort of things there is on the map here, you know. It's like, I suppose something more structured will be the ceramics museum, so I'm going to go and have a look at that tomorrow. But oh, and the other thing that I've learned as well is the 25th and the 26th is Islamic New Year, being May 2025, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect things tomorrow, or it hasn't affected things today, but apparently it's to do with the rise of the moon. So yeah, understanding that is a work in progress. But this is an ancient bit, that's for sure. See, there's Safi Museum. I never even see that on the map. But they're selling sports gear in there, so that's not too long a road through the Medina. It comes out of Bab Chabar, so I might head back down and go and see the sunset. Certainly a lively place though, all sorts going on. Just talking to a baker down there. I didn't know when to whip my camera out because I was really trying to understand what he was saying, because he was talking in French. But he was saying they bake 8 hours a day with all the natural flowers from the area. I've just walked off the main Medina road kind of thing, and this is the place for ceramics for sure. So many different, it looks like a lot of like Spanish influence as well, or maybe Spain is influenced by this. I think it's just all a mixture though, but beautiful patterns, really ornate. But what I'm saying is not so geometric, more floral in a way. and sculptural. I mean, like the fruits there. Really artistic, beautiful works. And then in the background you've got all these beautiful houses and the birds flying around. I'm going to go back and try and walk down the market. It looks like they're filming a TV show or something though, so there's like dozens of cameras here, but yeah, really beautiful stuff. Looking forward to going to this ceramics museum tomorrow now, get a bit more understanding. It's not just about the humble tagine, that's for sure. So this is it. It is definitely, if you want to see ceramics and all their beautiful art forms, this is the place to come. Safi. Wow. So beautiful. Even the drains have got ceramics on them. Gorgeous. And obviously it's not just about artwork as well, they're like purely functional. You know, get your olives served up in a dish. Look at that for all your different tapas or whatever. Different dips. So that is a buzzing little compact Medina. Loads of fish restaurants here. I've never seen so many fish restaurants. In the Riyadh where I'm staying, there's a road that runs all the way across called the Route de Rabat, and there's full of, I mean, sardines is the main thing, but wow, there's all manner of seafood here, that's for sure. Have a look at that beautiful castle there, the old Portuguese castle. I think there's more influence from the Portuguese days here than is signposted sort of thing. There's lots of little pieces of buildings here, there and everywhere, you know, if you take the time to look. But it's a really gorgeous place. There's a lot of, if you was going to come and live in Morocco, there's so many sort of types of towns to choose from, I guess, depending on your age, your energy level, what your choice of activities are, how much you can stand being pestered. You know, it's a whole thing. So, and there's some dogs here as well, which is good. So one last thing for tonight is this sculpture, and apparently it's based on Thor Heyerdahl's boat, the Norwegian explorer, and it is in the design of a papyrus boat which he did a lot of sailing with at some point. I'll have to look up the exact details, but I remember reading the boat because he crossed the Pacific in it, which was an amazing feat, and it was built on a traditional sign, and everyone said, on the traditional design, everyone said, oh, it won't float, you know, it's going to rot in the water, etc, etc, but yeah, so that's what that is. And if you want to change money in Morocco, post Morocco, best bank, no fees, good rate, and it's owned by the government, so yeah, it's stable. So that dust or smoke blowing away from the port there is apparently where they're loading phosphate, and I guess that's one of the big mineral exports from this country, so that's what that is. Lots of ships out there waiting to come in, and another beautiful sunset. It's pretty idyllic really, isn't it? I know it's low season here, but there is no other white tourist here, for want of a better word, or foreign looking tourist. Everyone, I mean, there's probably a lot of Moroccan tourists here, or people from other Arabic countries, but yeah, but I feel totally at ease here, that's for sure. I read a thing on the wall in Brisbane, and it was from a traveller who arrived in Brisbane, you know, a couple of centuries ago, and it was about when you travel being sovereign wherever you are, so you know, that sense of independence and yourself within yourself. So that's, I guess, what I aim to do, because then you are comfortable, aren't you? You know, you can be culturally diplomatic or culturally sensitive, but you know, you're still yourself. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I'm going to head back and watch a movie or something. Beautiful Morocco, beautiful Safi. Good morning, roamers. So I'm up in the Carrefour Label V department store complex, for want of a better word. This is the food court, and because it is New Year's Day, the Islamic New Year, a lot of shops are closed today. When I was walking here, I'd say only 10-15% of shops are open. However, Carrefour's open, and today I'd earmarked to go to the Ceramics Museum. So because that's probably like a government run thing and it's a public holiday, I'm guessing it's going to be shut, but I don't know that, so I'm going to walk up there anyway. There's a nice park near there, etc. But if you're in town in Safi and you want to come and get certain things, you know, they've got really nice toiletries here and cosmetics and whatever, you know, deodorant and all that type of stuff. You can get it all here in one place, but you can get it all in the other shops. It's just a matter of searching out what you want and doing the bargaining. So coming to these places is sometimes more convenient. Anyway, it's a lovely day. If a lot of stuff is closed, then I'm down to relax. So yeah, here we go. And the Carrefour is downstairs anyway. So, and there's a couple of entrances. There's the main entrance and then there's the other entrance. So we are in the complex where the museum is, and this rather fine sculpture of a leopard or a lion. I thought that was actually the Museum of Ceramics, but that is a theatre, the Theatre of Safi. So there's a few different buildings in here, so let's go and have a look. That is the Museum of Ceramics, and it does appear to be open. Well, it looks like a little bit of a park here, so we're going to go and have a look at this first, because it looks like some pretty decent views. What do I like? Views. So I'd say from that amphitheatre set up here, they have shows and all that type of stuff. But great view down through the gardens, the battlements here. You can see the few gates down there and a nice view of the port. Lovely day today here in sunny Morocco. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this ceramics museum. Ancient pots. A lot of it's going to be in French, so we're going to have to guess. That looks really old. Neolithic. Oh, Neolithic. 6,000 BC perhaps. That can't be right, can it? 6,000 BC? I don't know. Let's have a look. Corniche. Oh, so it's local. Tangier. Terracotta. So a lot of this stuff is pre-Roman. Very, very old. The centres of production. I'm guessing it would be around the riverbeds where there is mud, you know, sticky clay. That is really interesting. Look at those colours. Cobalt oxide. Oxide to magnesium. Beautiful. Painted with some of those colours. I wonder where the pigments come from. French trench. Oh, it's how they cook how they make the paints. I'm guessing the oxides. Building the pots. Fabrication de la ceramique. Skilled artisan, and then they cook it. Put them in bags, protect them, and build open fires over the top. Wow, high temperatures. What have I learned? So basically, yeah. No, this is for me.
Video?
Yeah, for me, look. Talking to me.
No video.
No video? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, the man's just saying no videos, so basically I'll talk to you about it later. So before I put the camera away, what did I learn? Well, actually, I learned that you're not allowed to take videos in there. But what I was reading about was that a lot of those colours first came from probably Egyptian origin, and they're made from salt oxides. So basically, the water, the base element is put in water, and then the colours rise to the top, and then they're collected and purified and condensed, etc. And also, the Safi back in a long time ago used to export sugar to Europe, and the connection here is that they used clay ovens to refine the sugar or to produce it in a transportable form. So yeah, I mean, that is a really good compact sort of snapshot of the industry. And there was also a display in there explaining what the motifs are that you often see on the pots and pans and couscous pots and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it was really interesting. And if you're in the centre of ceramics like you are here, then it's good to know some of that stuff. So yeah, very interesting. So one of the other things earmarked for today is going to a souk. It's a fair walk away from the ocean, but when I sort of keyed in the word souk to Google Maps, kind of a market, this is what it come up with, like a local market. So I'm going to go and have a look at that. Because other than that, I've kind of seen what I wanted to see here, and it's all been awesome. So let's go and see how awesome the souk is. So I just stopped to do a battery change. The place where we're going is called the Souk Azib-Darai, and yeah, that's all I know about it at the moment. But it's up the Rue Ibn Battuta, and you pass this rather nice roundabout with a sailing motif sculpture in the middle. So that's where I'm at the moment, and off to the souk we go. So definitely an older kind of local part of town. Lovely plant shops, fruit and veg. Most things here seem to be open, even the banks are open. So maybe down by the coast things will open later. I'm not sure how it works, but New Year's Day in Western countries is normally like a shutdown of family time, but maybe everyone's shopping for the party later. Who knows? Yeah, this place is proper local. Been down all the way type of place. I bet it's cheap here though. Everything looks so fresh, fresher than Carrefour and stuff. Very nice. My God, are they turkeys? Lots of different spices, aloe vera, dried cactuses, fruit and veg, chickens. Got it all here. I'm gonna get some olives, I think, and make an olive kind of tapenade tonight if I can mash it up and have it on bread. I have not seen any fresh bread today. That is one thing though, no fresh bread so far. So hopefully there's something I can get later. So fresh fish, poisson. It's all happening at the souk. This is a really nice market actually. Well pleased I came here. It is really relaxed as well. It's just good fresh grub. All looks like it come in today as well. Top stuff. Let the motorbike man go. I got 4 nice pieces of fresh bread. All my fears were allayed because I am a big bread eater. And some pitted green olives to make the I forget what it's called now. That kind of Italian-based paste that goes well on bread. And some raisins, some beautiful fresh raisins, twice the size as you'd see normally and still with some moisture in them, and they're really tasty because you can try everything off the stalls before you buy. So awesome little outing. to the souk. So now by contrast I'm heading to the Marjane hypermarket, which is like a huge supermarket brand in Morocco, because the shorts I've got on, the crotch is torn, so if I can I'm going to get a pair of shorts and yeah, throw these ones away. But it's still good to go and have a look at it. I mean, people are interested in big shops, and so am I. You never know what you're going to find, do you? Nothing I want to carry in my bag though, but maybe. So here I am looking for clothes of weird designs. $45 for a pair of weird shorts. Why are clothes so expensive here? Much cheaper in Australia. It's bizarre. Big Marjane. So that is your massive Marjane. Got everything in there, all inclusive store. It's more expensive than Carrefour. Yeah, if you can find it elsewhere, I'd go elsewhere, but you know, it's one-stop shop, isn't it? It's what people like. Not everyone wants to walk around the markets, but... Good morning, roamers. Last full day in Safi today. Not got anything planned really. I've sort of seen the sights I want to see, so I'm just going to have a walk around. I just realised that you could actually see the Borj, that tiny little stone building there next to the water tower in the distance. Anyway, so yeah, just going to have a walk around and see what we can find to do. I might hit a park later, see what the parks are like here, but I think they've just got trees and grass in them. I don't think they're like botanical gardens or whatever. But apparently it's going to be a really hot day today, maybe a record-breaking hot day. So I've got my long sleeve shirt on and I'm going to walk fairly slowly, because I notice that the people here do walk slowly, because that way you don't get too sweaty. So that's the plan. The train's going to the port and we're out for a walk. Wow, there doesn't look a lot down that road, just a lot of kind of factories and businesses that go right up to the cliff. It's incredibly still today, so there's no benefit of being near the coast. No wind and no cooling breeze, so I might as well head into town. The back streets of Safi. Mickey Mouse. Well, looky there is a train. This looks like a wagon. I don't think it's a passenger train. Well, apparently that's where the station is. That area there, but when I've looked up about catching trains here before, they said it's, I think the passenger side of it is closed. It's just shut down. Oh. Interesting. Yes, I've got that feeling that it's near the end of the vlog. You can kind of tell, can't you? You know, when you've done your things, I'm leaving tomorrow, I could go back to the apartment, upload the video, chill out, content that all is well in the world. Have I enjoyed my time in Safi? For certain. Glad to see these places. Looking forward to going to the next place tomorrow. It's only a few hours away. I think I'm going to do a loop round and then just show you what the bus station looks like. And that's where I'll be departing from tomorrow. Moroccan streets. There's a big cemetery over there. And more agaves in flower. So apparently there's just under 350,000 people living in Safi, and it is indeed a quiet, peaceful town. I said it felt easy going when I arrived, and I'm still feeling that now. It's fine. Oh, pizzas. So burgers, pizzas, sandwiches, all basically with meat or tuna. Like, you know, it's all good. Lovely bread. I think I'm going to get some avocados, that's what I fancy. Some avocados and some nice fresh bread, tomatoes, some cheese. Make my own sandwich. Decent menu though if you like snack food. So you've got your Mohammed V hospital there, and up high is the Gare Routier Municipal, the municipal bus station, where all the coaches leave and depart from. So there's a lot of other bus stops here as well. It's the Vectalia line, Vectalia bus operators if you want a local bus. So that's your bus station, with your ticket offices, your tour offices, and all the rest of it. It's not just CTM here, there's a whole range of buses that leave from here multiple times a day by the look of it as well. There's your CTM office over in the corner. Cafes. And all the commotion of a bus journey. That's it. So I think on that note, a note of travel, comings and goings, I think I'm going to end this vlog. Thank you, Safi. It's been a nice few days. Great little apartment. It's been great to be able to cook and broaden my horizons a bit with the food here. Try out their spice mixes and stuff. So yeah, good stuff. And I'll see you after I get off the bus tomorrow, I guess. Bye for now. Peace and love.